that's one of my favorite traditions, and I completely think that would be really, really good for you. It's a chance for you to, kind of build some new traditions. Maybe you can't be doing that with your family, but you're still doing it, and you're doing it with your friends, and you're just not settling for, oh, I'm just gonna stay home, woe is me. I love that. I absolutely love that. I think that is a very positive way to deal with that. Yeah. Your favorite cookies. Yeah. Iced sugar cookies. Yeah, those are really good. So that's what you guys are going to make. I love that. I love that. And you get to decorate them. Yeah, I think that's going to be so much fun for you. That's going to be really good. Yeah. And then Christmas dinner. Absolutely. Well, getting to spend time with chosen family. And I always love to use that word, that there are family members by blood or by birth, and then there are family members that we choose. And it sounds like your friend is like a family member that you are choosing. And when you cannot be with your birth family or your blood family, then be with your chosen family. Yeah. Yeah. And listen, it's okay to feel sad. It's okay to grieve that loss of the presence, to grieve the loss of being with family at this time of year, and even being connected to your family right now. It's okay to grieve that, because it's hard. It's hard. You don't need to feel bad, and you don't need to feel guilty. Okay? That wasn't your fault. Being estranged from your family, listen, I've watched you do all the work. So much work to repair and to correct maybe some of the behaviors that you might have contributed, but it always takes 2 or 3 or 4, depending on how many in the family it is. And you have worked so hard to become much more self-aware and really work on that part of yourself. Forgive yourself and forgive your family members. And it's not your job to make them accept you. You can just accept yourself exactly as you are, because I accept you. I see you. I hear you. Your feelings are valid, absolutely valid. And if your family cannot validate your feelings, that's okay. You don't need them to. You can validate your own feelings, and you don't need their approval to know that your feelings are valid, okay? Not at all. No. You were thinking about reaching out. Yeah. How did that go? Why don't you tell me a little bit about that? Okay. So she did respond to your text. Okay. Oh. Yeah. I know it's really difficult when you're expecting a different result. Or maybe not expecting, but you're just hopeful, right? Because you always hope that something different is going to happen, sure, right? Yeah. I want you to remember that you don't need any validation from her. You don't need anything from her to know that you are so loved. You are valued and treasured just the way you are. You don't need to change anything. Okay? And there is absolutely nothing that you need to prove to anyone. Well, relationships in general are difficult, okay? And it takes a lot of work and acceptance, and that seems to be an issue. Having full acceptance. And you remember we talked about this. Accepting someone does not mean you approve. It just means that you accept them as they are, and that gives them the freedom to be who they are without fear. And then that gives you the freedom to not feel like you're compromising any of your own values. You don't need to compromise your values for somebody else. But you don't have to force them to be the way you want them to be in order to accept them, right? And I know that you've done a lot of work to accept the relationship that you have with your family. And acceptance doesn't mean that you're okay with it. It just means that it is what it is, right? And in order to move forward, you let it be what it is. Absolutely, because sometimes that's really what we need to do. Absolutely. And learning to accept people exactly where they are. You know, everybody grows at different rates. And for most of us, we don't know better until we know better. And when we know better, then we can start to do better. And sometimes it even takes a while to do better after we know better. But allowing people grace, you know, as long as you see that they are making progress and that they are trying, I mean, that's really important. But when they don't try and they don't make changes, then protecting your peace is really important. Absolutely. So let's think of some ways that you can kind of enjoy Christmas this year and feel connected without being with your family. So I love that you're getting together with your girlfriend and that you're going to do these cookies together. I think that's amazing. I think that's going to be really wonderful for you and make you feel just the spirit of Christmas so much, you know, deeper. How about, you know, like going to look at Christmas lights? I know there's this big display up north, and you can go up there and walk around and see, and it's amazing. The lights are just crazy, and you can have some hot chocolate, and you don't even have to take anybody, although I'm sure that it would be nice to have somebody with you. But don't be afraid to branch out and do things by yourself and enjoy your own company, because there is something so empowering in being able to enjoy your own company and comfortable, being comfortable in your own skin and being comfortable being with yourself, right? Because you are your best friend. You know you better than anybody. Okay, so that's something that you could do. What about like Christmas music? I know that you've always really loved music, and Christmas is your favorite time of year. So have you thought about developing a Christmas playlist and adding some of your favorite songs? And then even at home, when you're just at home cleaning or whatever, you can play that music and it'll kind of put you in the mood and help you to feel more festive. Okay, that's really good. All right, I like that. What about a tree? Did you think about putting up a tree? Mm-hmm. Oh, you did? Oh, that's nice. It doesn't have to be really big. I mean, listen, just doing something, you know, to honor that Christmas spirit, you know, that connects you with a part of your past that you want to stay connected with, that really was a positive part of your past. And there's nothing wrong with embracing that, you know. Just because bad things happened in your past doesn't mean you write off the entirety of your past. You can still acknowledge something that was positive. Yeah, that's great. I love that. Now, I know that you had talked about, you know, your family used to always go to the movies on Christmas Day, because they always had a Christmas release. So have you considered going to do that, inviting a friend? Yeah? Okay. Oh, yeah, I know. I heard that's going to be a good movie. I'd like to go see it myself, but we'll see if I can make that happen. But I think Yeah. Okay. So definitely you can do that. And I think some other things that I just want to, put a bug in your ear about is just to try to not spend too much time alone. There's a difference between really enjoying your own company and doing things with yourself and just sitting around the house and isolating yourself and walling yourself off from others. So we just want to be careful that you're not isolating yourself, and when you spend time with yourself, you're actively, spending time with yourself. You know what I'm saying? If that means you go to get a nice massage or a facial or a pedicure or manicure, and you're doing something nice for yourself, something very positive. Because we really want to focus on those positive actions that we can take to really, lift yourself up, and you do them often enough and they create a habit. And once you've created that habit, it's much easier to carry that forward, right? And continue to do that. As once you find yourself in a negative loop, it is so hard to break it because you just keep going back to what's comfortable to do, right? And branching out a little bit and doing things that maybe you're not used to doing, or maybe you're a little bit less comfortable doing. Like reaching out to your friends and asking if they want to go out shopping or something like that, or reaching out to your neighbor. I know that's not the most comfortable all the time, and the worst they can say is no, and honestly, you're not any worse off than you are now. I know that can feel like a rejection. I know that, but understand, that everybody has different priorities, right? And everybody has different things going on in their life. Some people truly are busy. Some people just don't want to be bothered, and that's fine. That's on them, right? But you've taken the initiative. Like, you've taken that step to step out of your comfort zone, and that's the positive piece I really want you to focus on, okay? And if they say no, fine. Then you can just move on and do whatever with yourself. Sit down and enjoy a nice Christmas movie and make some hot chocolate and put some marshmallows in it. Oh, yeah. I love that. And listen, know that you are heard. You are seen. And your feelings are valid. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with feeling the way that you feel. So many people experience this around the holidays. You are not alone. You are not alone, okay? And if it all feels like it's too much for you, just know that this is always a safe space. Okay, I'm going to give you a phone number that you can call if you ever need just to reach out and talk to somebody and it's really bad. And also, if you ever need to call me to set up to talk, if it's just really, really bad, you can just give me a call as well. We can always schedule an appointment, like an interim appointment in between. We can do something like that. But I want you to know that you are not alone, and that there are people out there that truly care about you. And I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of you for reaching out. I'm so proud of you for making plans with your friend to do cookies and have Christmas Day. I think that shows so much progress and stepping out of your comfort zone a little bit. And I love that for you. Yeah, I think those will be good things. And you could always just, go take a walk in a park, or go sit in the park, or go to some of your favorite stores. I know that you said you love cheesecake and gelato, and you could just go down to like your favorite little pastry store and get some cheesecake or a gelato, and just really get comfortable sitting with yourself and being with yourself, and just enjoying your own company. Yeah, because you need to know that you are so beautiful, and that you are such a good person, okay? And you are worth love. You are worth acceptance and care and kindness. And you're worthy of those things, so give them to yourself. And when you get used to giving them to yourself, you will recognize that you'll start expecting that from other people, and there's nothing wrong with that. And then you will begin attracting that into your life. And I think that that is a good place to be for you. But you have to start somewhere, right? So we're just going to take these little baby steps. You don't have to do it all now. You don't have to have it all figured out now, but just take one little step, okay? You know, I want you to start really celebrating those little wins. You know what I mean by little wins? So you got out of bed, you took a shower, you put on some makeup, you got dressed, you took care of some housework, whatever. Those are all little wins, right? All of those things are important. They definitely help you out a lot in moving forward and learning to express gratitude for all the little things in your life, and recognizing that, you know what, I am accomplishing something, right? You absolutely are. Every day that you get out of bed is an accomplishment, and you celebrate that. You should celebrate that. Absolutely. It's so important that you don't lose sight of the fact that you are doing wonderful. You really are. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. You are trying, and you're doing more than trying. You're actually doing. And that is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So please give yourself credit, okay? Yeah. Okay. All right. So, I think we have just a little bit of homework for next week. I am so sorry. Yeah, I think I need some more of this coffee. Would you like anything to drink? Do you need any water? Okay, all right. It's so good. Now, I like to indulge myself, and I really like chocolate mochas. So we have a machine here at the office, and I definitely use it. Yeah. Yeah, that's something else you could do. You could make yourself a really nice hot chocolate. I think we talked about that. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I think we've made some positive progress here. And I just want you to remember that, you know, it's okay to feel that sorrow and that grief. We talked about that already, but it's okay to acknowledge that you're grieving that, right? And then focus on building those positive relationships with yourself first, and then with others. And you're doing that with your girlfriend, which I think is amazing. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And just remember to continue practicing some self-care. Give yourself a little extra grace right now, because it is not easy doing what you're doing, okay? It's not easy getting through the holidays. It really isn't. Even for those who have tight families, right? We always think the grass is greener, and then sometimes it's really not. But I just want you to know that you are so important, okay? And like I said, if you need anything between now and the next time I see you, speaking of which, let's go ahead and get you scheduled for an appointment, okay? Yes. Okay. Okay, so it looks like I have 2 weeks from now on Wednesday afternoon. Does that work? Yes, 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock sounds perfect. Okay, let me go ahead and get you in here. Okay, that sounds perfect. All right. So, I'm just going to make sure. Yep, there we go. I just sent an email confirmation to your email address so that you know. And if anything should happen or come up in the next couple of weeks before we meet each other, please don't hesitate to reach out and call me. And like I said, I have this phone number. I'm going to send you these resources. There's a phone number for you to call. If something were to fall through with your friend for Christmas Day, I'm going to send you a link to some places that you can go for some free Christmas dinner if you should want to venture out, okay? I don't want you to feel like you have to be alone, because you don't have to be alone, and you are not alone, okay? And know that I am so proud of you. And I want you to be proud of yourself, because you're doing it and it's so amazing, okay? So let's go and be positive and take that homework that I gave you. And have an absolutely wonderful Christmas. And you know that I'm here if you need me. If you ever just need, that's what these sessions are for, just for you to come in if you just need to come in and vent. And just vent about the day, or if you have something specific you want to work through, that's what I'm here for. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, God. Thank you so much. Yeah, I actually have plans with my partner, and we're going to be spending Christmas together with his family, so it's going to be lots of fun. Thank you so much for asking. Yeah, well, I hope you have a fantastic Christmas, and just remember that you're worthy. You're so worthy, okay? And treat yourself like you're special, because you are.